Welcome back to State of the Frogs with your head coach, Sonny Dykes. Coach, tough loss this weekend, Friday night in Arizona. Please tell us what you think.
Yeah, tough game. Got off to a great start, went up 17-0. Missed an opportunity, dropped a pass there. Could have been up 21-0. Dropped a potential touchdown pass, and that was kind of the way the whole night went. Honestly, we had plenty of opportunities to kind of separate ourselves early. Had a chance to separate ourselves in the third quarter, up a touchdown, got the ball first down at midfield, and got sacked 2 out of 3 plays. And then, at the end of the game, just didn't play well. I don't know what happened. We didn't communicate particularly well. It just seemed like we did some uncharacteristic things, some things that we certainly haven't done very often. And so we didn't put our best foot forward. I think we were all discouraged about that. But you got to bounce back, and our guys had a great practice Sunday. We came back and addressed the loss and moved on quickly, and hopefully we'll learn from it and play better this week.
Yes, indeed. There were some questionable calls from our perspective in the game, and you seemed a little agitated by that. Can you talk to us?
Yeah,
bit?
You do what there's not really much you can do about it. There's not a lot of accountability and that type of thing, so you just got to move on.
Fair enough. Well, Coach, you had 6 wide receivers with catches this past week, which is unusual. I mean, it was exceptional, actually. But let's see, Josh moved into number 4 all-time passing career yards, passing one of the legends, Max Naki, who I played with.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. You guys have the second longest scoring streak in the country right now, behind Florida. But you guys have 411. You've scored a touchdown or points in every game in 411 games, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Kind of a cool stat.
I didn't know about either one of those.
Eric McAllister status?
We'll see. I think Eric had kind of a strange injury. Happened in practice on Wednesday. Don't know that he was fully aware of it. Felt something kind of weird. Woke up Thursday, was a little sore. Tried to go to the run-through on Friday and just felt like he couldn't move. We thought he was going to play Saturday, and he kind of gave it a go, but he just couldn't do much. And so, that was disappointing. Obviously, not having Eric was significant. I think that position, Dozie Ezekama came in and, did a good job. I think, Eric's obviously a big loss. He and Josh are kind of on the same page, and it's one of those things you got to overcome. And same thing, Kavorian Barnes didn't play, and that certainly hurt our run game a little bit. But that's college football. When you lose your starting tailback and your most productive wide receiver, you got to find a way to move on and overcome it. And we weren't able to do it. Hopefully both of them will be back this week. I think there's a good chance that they both will. We'll see how the week progresses and see, they didn't do a whole lot today, but we'll kind of see how it goes.
Last question. What did you tell the team in the locker room in Arizona before you left?
Well, I just told them that, that if we want to play in big games moving forward, which we all do, that we're going to have to handle the end-of-game situations better than we did. And, again, that's something that we've done really well this season, and going back to the last 6-7 games from last year, our guys really closed games out well, and we weren't able to do it. On Friday night, and we got to learn from it.
Very good. We'll be right back with State of the Frogs with your head coach, Sonny Dykes. We're going to talk to one of our favorites, Devin Deal, one of the defensive end seniors for this Horned Frog team. Brought to you by our friends at Texit Coin.
Keeping score of your finances but missed the Bitcoin wagon? There's a second chance called Texit Coin. Score big at texitcoin.org.
Welcome back to State of the Frogs. We're here for a quick, brief interview with Devin Deal, TCU defensive lineman, senior. Devin, you're fresh out of practice, obviously. Thank you for joining us on the show.
No, for sure, no problem. Thank you for having me.
So tell us real quick about the ASU game. So you had a really good game, 8 tackles, a sack listed. You played well. You contained Sam Levitt. That's one of our big takeaways from the game is you guys kept that quarterback in the pocket. But what's your overall thoughts on the game?
Overall thoughts, I felt like we played really, really hard. Like, there's no doubt our effort was there and that we bowed up a lot in the red zone, which shows our mentality as a team. But when we go back and look at the tape, me personally and everybody, we all got things that we could do better. And as good as we played, there's a lot of room for improvement. So I'm excited about, this week and the weeks coming up, hopefully get another shot at them in the Big 12 championship or something.
I imagine you guys are disappointed like the fans are. You guys had them for a good period of time. A couple questionable calls into the game. Coach Dykes was upset. Thoughts on the calls into the game, if you can speak to that?
I mean, we don't control it. You know, I got one of them, and I got to pull up, be a little bit smarter. But, you know, we got to control what we can control. Like you said, we were ahead, and we had chances to put them away. So you make it tight, you're at somebody else's place. You know, you can't complain after.
Right. So you're an El Paso native, but you spent you spent your better half of your high school in Garland, Texas at Naaman Forest.
Yes, sir.
What was high school like for you?
High school was cool, like you said. So I did my first 2 years in El Paso, and then me and my family all moved out. My dad was my D-line coach, and my mom they both still coach at Naaman Forest. So it was cool moving out here with Marcus and, you know, testing the Dallas competition. And I had a lot of fun. It was COVID, so COVID hit mid of junior year, so it wasn't the true high school experience, but, you know, my brother goes there now and my little sister, the twins, and they're both killing it. So I got a lot of ties to Naaman. Coach P and them do a good job.
So your dad got a job in Garland and Naaman Forest,
Yes,
but
sir.
brought you guys there. Okay, so in high school you're tearing it up. You get a bunch of offers. Why Tulane? You signed with Tulane. Did TCU come to the table at that point?
No, I talked to TCU a little bit, but that was COVID era, so a lot of Zoom visits and things of that sort. So I got a few offers, and then before my senior year, with like the uncertainty of COVID, Tulane felt like my best option. I'm extremely blessed looking back that it worked out the way it was. I had an awesome time there, and then obviously it's brought me here. So,
Right.
Yeah, that was just the best option at the time, and, you know, I thank God for that.
So a couple years ago, you hit the portal, and TCU ends up being your destination. What brought you to TCU?
I mean, there's a lot. Awesome program, you know, grow up, you see TCU and the bowl games, and then just being a Texas native, my dad talks about, you know, getting recruited by TCU when he was in high school. And, of course, the big one's my brother. So I remember going up, and him and my sister, I've told the story a couple times, but him and my sister, I was talking to the Tulane coach, and they got in like a car crash, and it kind of made me want to come closer to home just because I hadn't seen them for like 6 or 7 months before that. And, you know, it's a blessing. I see my parents on the weekend. She actually came and cleaned the house, so thank you, Mom. And, yeah, it's kind of awesome having my family here, and they get to go to the games, one-stop shop, so.
That's very cool. Tell us about your younger brother, redshirt sophomore Marcus Deal. What's it like playing on the same team with your brother?
No, it's awesome. Big man in the middle. He said, I like how you say younger brother. He's not my little brother anymore. You know, he still knows who Big Bro is. But younger brother, it's awesome. Every once in a while, I always talk about we're locked in, but then I'll hear the announcers will be like Marcus Deal at the tackle, and then I'll kind of get out of it. I was like, okay, Marcus. I got to lock back in, get my job done. But it's awesome. It's a blessing. And then our parents are loving it. Everybody always talks about the commentators talking about us and things like that. So it's a blessing for sure.
What's it like to play for Coach Dykes?
It's awesome. Coach Dykes, I feel like he's a real players coach. Him and his wife, it's real family oriented. I feel like every time he breaks it on family, which tells you where his emphasis is like, let's play for each other, support each other, and he's just an awesome person. Like good people, you know, make good football players and good coaches, in my opinion. So he's good people.
You're one of our stars on defense. You're a smart player. We know this. You had a lot of opportunities to go to some Ivy League type schools football-wise, but you chose Tulane and now TCU. What is it about this sport that you love?
A lot. It's been pretty much my whole life. My parents had me in college, and then I kind of just grew up. My dad and mom coached high school, so sports in general, but football's always been a love. I've probably seen every football life in 30 for 30 ever made, and, you know, there's no game like it. Team sport brings so many people together, communities, and 1/11th, like the amount of strategy and the nuances to it. Like you said, I've been playing for a long time. You learn something new every time you go to the meeting room, so it's an awesome game. Can't say enough good things about football.
How was your dad at football?
No, my dad was elite, and especially if you go back to El Paso, everybody talks about you're Big Mike's son, Mike Deal. So it's cool. It's cool seeing that, growing up with that. He had a ton of offers and stuff out of high school, and he claims he got some stories. My dad got some stories, but I believe them all to be true just because everybody tells us so. He was a freak athlete, and then he kind of just passed on all the things that he wished he would have done work-wise and things like that to me and my brother, and, you know, we're trying to make it, put it into action.
Where do you hope this football thing takes you in life?
It's already taken me so many places that, you know, you don't have a plan for necessarily. Like, I always kind of felt like I'd have an offer, but just be D1 and go to college, that was kind of always like just what I assumed was going to happen. But the amount of journeys and memories and connections I've made, and then just like I want to play at the next level is no secret. So hopefully, you know, get to play in the NFL and do my thing there. But it set me up for life and set my family up, and, you know, set a good role model for my younger brothers and sisters coming up.
That's a great dream. What does Devin Deal do when he's not playing football?
Watch film. But after that, I like to eat. I like to cook every once in a while, music, just hang out, like competition. Like I like to play a lot of games, but board games, whatever it is. And I'm very social. You'll probably see me at like all the games and stuff like that. I love sports, so there's a volleyball game or a soccer game or something, I'll probably be there. Enjoying seeing other people compete.
Love it. How's school going for you?
School's well. I graduated. That was a big thing for me, graduating last spring. That way I could have a little bit less workload in the season. So I'm in the supply chain certificate. Neely's an awesome school, and I'm happy that they let me do the certificate. And, school's kind of a little bit easier now. I got 2 classes compared to like 6 or 5. So I get to focus on football. But, yeah.
Well, it's been great watching you, Devin. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
We'll be right back, talk with Coach Dykes about our next opponent, Colorado Buffaloes.
Welcome to the Squire Shop.
We're locally owned and operated since 1994.
We specialize in the finest men's clothing that the market has to offer at affordable prices with unbelievable service.
We do custom clothing all the way to more casual, Peter Millar, Johnny O, kind of everything. Well, my dad's the owner, so I've been around retail my whole life. Oh, it's great. I mean, it's the best boss I'll ever have. I know that.
We love our TCU community. They have been so good to us. Come see us today. Go Frogs!
Welcome back to State of the Frogs with your head coach, Sonny Dykes. Coach, it's Colorado Buffalo week, so we get a full week of practice now, a little extra time maybe, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Thoughts on the Buffs?
Back to a regular routine, which is nice. We really haven't had that much this year, with the Monday game and then the open week and a Friday game, so it's been a little bit unusual, but we're settled in now. Going to play against a good Colorado team that's really playing good football. Lost to BYU in a really hard-fought, close football game last week. They've lost, 3 football games, 2 of them to top 25 teams, and in both those games had opportunities to win the game down the stretch. And so they've been very competitive. It's a team that's got a lot of talent. Guys are playing hard, great team speed, a lot of big play receivers and guys that can make plays on both sides of the ball. Got a quarterback that can run around. There'll be 3 weeks in a row now. 3 weeks in a row now that we've played a mobile quarterback and a guy that is involved in the run game and can make plays in the run game. And so that'll be a big challenge for us. But good football team and a team that, like I said, I think has a lot of confidence right now.
Let's talk about their quarterback, Caden Salter. He's been around a while. He's on the 2023 Liberty team, went to the Fiesta Bowl. The kid, he's dual threat. He can run, he can throw. What do you he's a Cedar Hill kid, too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, the DFW kid that was very heavily recruited. I believe he went to Tennessee coming out of high school and then transferred to Liberty and then went to Colorado. Good football player. Really good athlete, can make plays with his feet, is a good thrower as well, really throws well on the move out of the pocket. And they do a nice job creating a run game for him, play action pass, and move the pocket throws and chunk plays as well. So, good quarterback, a guy that we're certainly going to have somebody that accounts for him. Going to have to continue to do a good job when we rush the quarterback, these mobile guys, not let them break, contain, and get out of the pocket, and it'll be another challenge for us.
Fair to say they have a dual threat kind of running back, Martin and Bademeyer, I think it's his name.
Yeah, they're 2 big, strong running backs, guys that that can run the football and are physical and are powerful guys, can break tackles, and 2 good players.
And I think you hinted to it in our introduction to the team. They have a really good defense. That's something they've been talking
they do.
about.
Yeah, they've got a defensive front that's really good, big, really good pass rushing defensive end that really stands out. Linebackers are good players, got good speed, and then good athleticism, length on the back end, guys that can run. They've have 10 transfers that are starters on their defense. So all these guys are guys that have a lot of experience, have played a lot of football at different places, and you can tell they've come in and done a nice job putting them together, and the guys are playing hard and really start slowing some people down.
And I'm sorry to ask you, but everybody wants to know thoughts on Coach Sanders, Coach Primetime Sanders.
Yeah. I mean, excuse me, good guy. Obviously done a good job with the program. I think they do a nice job. Their players are always excited to play. So they'll be fired up coming in here, and I'm sure he'll be excited about coming back to the DFW area. He's obviously got really strong roots here, and so their team will be ready to play.
The people out there in the void think that you guys are almost a 2-point or 2 touchdown favorite in this game. Does that tell you anything you care about?
No, I don't really know too much about any of that. Fair. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna. It's the same thing every week. We're gonna have to play well every week in the Big 12 is going to be challenging. As I said, this is a team that could have very easily beaten 2 top 25 teams. And so it's a good football team, and we're going to have to play at a really high level to have a chance to win.
Fair enough. I think it's a night game this Saturday night. We're all looking forward to it for sure. Before we get out of here, Coach, I think you saw that one of your old friends in the business, Mike Gundy, got let go at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Thoughts on him?
Yeah, tough. I mean, obviously Mike has been there a long time. Winning his coach's school history, was a great player there. Is really, what represents Oklahoma State football. Both as a player and as a coach, and a very successful player, very successful coach. You hate to see it, particularly this early in the season. But that's college football, man. It's a tough business. Every team expects to win every game, and that's not going to happen.
Fair.
And that's just kind of the expectations in today's college football world, which is fine. And but it's tough. And he meant a lot, I think, to Oklahoma State. Meant a lot to college football. Real unique personality. Fun guy to be around. I got a lot of respect for him. What he did there and the consistency he had with that program was really remarkable for them to have the kind of success they had. I believe like 19 straight winning seasons or something like that. I mean, it's really pretty remarkable and amazing in today's college football world. And you hate for it to kind of end the way that it did, but if anyone can handle that, it's Mike. And and I would imagine you'll see him reappear somewhere else and have a lot of success with another program.
Sounds like you had a relationship more than just in
casual. Yeah, I really liked Mike. I really, like I said, really respected him, and respected him because he was really authentic and he kind of was who he was, and did an unbelievable job there.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
We look forward to seeing you on Saturday night against Colorado Buffaloes. That's another State of Your Frogs with your head coach, Sonny Dykes. Thank you to our friends at Texit.